Hello, everybody. You know, one of the things that is taught quite a lot in geography is about natural disasters, especially regarding the cause and how can we minimize loss if said disaster happens. It's currently rainy season here in Indonesia, or winter if you're above the Tropic of Cancer in the northern hemisphere. And one natural disaster I want to talk about is one that is happening quite a lot this time around. We're gonna talk about floods. I'm your host, Kill. You're watching Kill's Starlit Show, and welcome to 1001 Geography. So, floods. Well, in the most general sense, a flood happens when large amounts of water overflows and accumulates on land that is usually dry, thus submerging it. Floods are different from usual puddles in a way that it submerges larger areas of land for longer periods of time. There are many causes of flooding, and usually there's never a single answer. More often, it's a combination of multiple causes. The most common cause is prolonged heavy rainfall, but there's also storm surges, tsunamis, and accelerated snowmelt if you're from the temperate regions. Here's the thing, flood is actually a natural process of the environment. Long before humans built cities and make farms, rivers overflow and submerges floodplains all the time. That's why they are called flood plains. Flooding is a natural geographical phenomenon. It's just when we humans enter the picture that flood is perceived as a catastrophe. Speaking of humans, flooding can also happen because of human activities. Yeah, big news. Things like failures of structures such as dams and levees, water overflowing because of clogged river or drainage, deforestation making soil quality worse, and of course, global warming. Humans greatly influence the impacts and frequencies of floods. Alright, now, picture this. Imagine you're living in a flat area, let's say a plain. This time around in your area, there has been a lot of heavy rain. All the water cannot escape, so they accumulates. Then one day you wake up and see that your entire neighborhood is submerged with water as high as your waist from all the waters of the rain. That is called aerial flooding, flooding in flat area. Now, imagine you're fishing in a riverbank. You decide to come back tomorrow. But when you arrive, the river's width is three times larger than yesterday because rain has happened last night. That is called river flooding, the overflowing of river water. Then, imagine you're on a trip to the beach. It's windier than usual, but you're having a great time. But the wind gets stronger, and just in time with the high tide, a beautifully dangerous combo, the water surges up, overflowing the coastline. That is called coastal flooding. Flooding in coastal environment. Lastly, I guess most of you are already living in urban areas. Then just imagine the drainage system in your town is clogged because of bad trash management. You probably wanted to imagine this, but you know what I'm saying. One day, a stormy rain happened over the city. The drainage system cannot bring all the water away because it's clogged. So it rises up. Roads submerge, the water coming into shops and houses. The town barely functions, if at all. That is called urban flooding, flooding in built environment. Congratulations! You just learned the four main types of floodings. You should be proud of yourself. Yay! Flooding is an intricate process because it has both negative and positive impacts, much like anything else in geography, honestly. Floods bring heavy damage and disruption to infrastructure, communication, and economy, while also increasing the chance of disease and loss of life. On the other hand, flooding is a natural process of increasing soil fertility and productivity. They maintain ecosystem and biodiversity, and areas prone to flooding are proven to have more hydropower viability, great for making power plants. Human activities like deforestation and careless trash management has greatly impacted flooding. The structure of the soil and trees can hold floods, but when trees are cut down and soil is dug up, does not hold the water, so it brute force its way out and wash everything in its path. Preserving and revitalizing natural infrastructure like mangroves, barrier islands, and wetlands can reduce flooding on a massive scale. We also need better maintenance on dams and such structures. And as individuals, small things like putting trash in the right place, even though it sounds cliche, actually works. These are some of the many solutions to flooding. Let's all take our part in saving Earth and reduce the negative impacts of floods. This is your host, Kill, signing out. Thank you for watching.